Right now, noon, the government is back open, but a political fight over health care looms. What happens next and when airports could get back to normal. Plus, why the Madison Police Department will have to wait even longer on getting body cameras. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Breiter. Right now, the eastbound lanes of Highway 14 are closed at McCoy Road in Fitchburg as authorities are investigating a deadly crash. It happened around 8:50 this morning. First responders were notified of the crash on Highway 14 just north of Lacey Road. There, they found two vehicles with significant damage. One of the drivers was pronounced dead at the scene. The other was taken to a nearby hospital. Their condition is unknown at this hour. No one else was hurt. We now know the identities of the three people who died following a rollover crash in Madison last weekend. It happened early Saturday morning on Cross Country Road. Madison police say an SUV was traveling at a high rate of speed when it rolled over. All four people inside were thrown from the vehicle. 43-year-old Makua Turner of Madison, 50-year-old Alan Wright of Fitchburg, and 31-year-old Khadijah Berry of Madison were pronounced dead at the scene. The fourth person of the crash was in critical condition as of Monday. A small dog also died in that crash. Two people are in police custody after a stabbing incident in Marshall. Police were called to Spruce Lane just before 5:30 last night for a disturbance. Their officers reportedly found the victim with stab wounds and other injuries. The victim was taken to an emergency room and is expected to survive. During the investigation, police arrested two suspects. One faces tentative charges of attempted first-degree intentional homicide. The other has been tentatively charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide as a party to a crime. Madison police will not get body cameras in 2026. This week, the city council voted an amendment down that would have transferred $400,000 from the Independent Police Monitor Office to fund the Madison Police Body Camera Program. Sponsors of the amendment say it's a better use of taxpayer dollars. The office came under scrutiny last year for a lack of timely reporting.
There are 14 investigations right now sitting in that office. We don't know what they are. Some of them could be serious. If they're serious, we as the public deserve to know.
I just want the auditors to be on record of, are you supporting body-worn cameras or not? And are you willing to support a department that's ineffective?
Last month, the Independent Police Monitor resigned for medical reasons. The Police Community Oversight Board is currently looking to hire a replacement. Now, first check of your first warn forecast. Here's meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Hi, Jacob.
Hey, Josh. Temperatures, again, pretty comfortable today. Not as windy as yesterday, though, so that's making the conditions feel a little bit better. But overall temperatures just a few degrees cooler, only by about a degree or two compared to yesterday. Otherwise, it is very similar. Now, it is a little bit cooler further to the west with temperatures right now in the middle 40s. A little bit more cloud cover for you folks, but still above. It's expected to be above normal this afternoon, upper 40s to lower 50s right now. And as I mentioned, the winds are a lot calmer. All of our areas seeing wind speeds under 10 miles per hour. And at this point yesterday, they were up near 15 to 20 miles per hour. So as we take a look at the forecast for the rest of the afternoon, we are going to see a mix of cloudy skies and sunny skies. Everyone expected to get around the middle to lower 50s. So again, it is going to remain above normal. And then overnight, we're going to continue to see low temperatures in the middle to lower 30s. So again, pretty close to normal in that regard. But tomorrow, temperatures are going to continue to warm up. We're expecting highs possibly in the lower 60s, if not middle 60s, and we're going to see plenty of sunshine as well. So a very nice Friday and also a pretty good Saturday with some small rain chances. I'll talk more about that, but I'll also talk about when these warmer temperatures will come to an end coming up a bit later.
Yeah, we knew it wouldn't last forever. All right, Jacob, thank you. The U.S. government is starting to get back to normal after a record 43-day shutdown finally came to an end last night. As Natalie Brand reports, 6 House Democrats joined almost all Republicans to support sending the Senate-approved measure to the president's desk.
Shutdown-related air travel impacts aren't over quite yet. Airline sources tell CBS News it could take 24 to 48 hours to ramp back up to full service once the FAA lifts its flight reduction at 40 major airports. Still, travelers are breathing a sigh of relief that the weeks-long shutdown is finally over.
It's good that they're back to work. Hopefully things get done. with everything going back now, so just seeing how things flush out. So we hope all goes well.
More than 670,000 furloughed federal employees are returning to work. 730,000 others worked without pay.
The members that I represent, they are ecstatic. They are happy that the government is open. They can now get back to life. They can get back to business. They can make sure that there's food on the table.
The tens of millions of Americans who rely on federal food assistance should see their full SNAP benefits soon. A USDA spokesperson told CBS News recipients in most states will get their benefits within 24 hours.
That clock started with President Trump's signature on the funding measure late last night, but there's still a fight over Democrats' health care demands, which were not part of the bill.
The Affordable Care Act tax credits expire on December 31st. We have to continue to press our case to compel Republicans to deal with this.
President Trump Wednesday night said he would be willing to work with the other side on health care, but took aim at the Affordable Care Act.
It all includes fixing the health care system that Democrats broke with the disaster known as Obamacare. Obamacare was a disaster from day one.
The Senate deal to end the shutdown included the promise of a vote on health care in early December. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The White House Office of Management and Budget confirms to CBS News paychecks to federal employees who had been furloughed or working without pay will go out starting Sunday with the goal of completing backlog payments by November 19th. So how did your representative vote on the issue? All 6 of Wisconsin's Republican representatives voted for the spending package. Meanwhile, the state's 2 Democratic members, Mark Pocan and Gwen Moore, voted against the bill. The nation's highest court is set to hear 2 major challenges in January. First, on January 13th, the Supreme Court is expected to take up a pair of challenges to state bans that block transgender students from playing on sports teams that align with their gender identity. Then on January 21st, the court will also hear arguments over whether President Trump can fire Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. Both of those decisions are set to be decided before the end of June. Coming up next on News 3 Now at noon, how Starbucks is celebrating one of its biggest promotional days. Plus, the end of an era, why the U.S. Mint is no longer making pennies.
President Donald Trump signed a bill overnight to end the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. The bill funds the government through late January and includes 3 longer-term spending bills. Earlier yesterday, the FAA announced plans to freeze flight reductions at 6%. It could be days before air travel ticks back up to normal, with some airlines requiring 1 to 2 days' notice before returning operations to 100%. It's Red Cup Day at Starbucks. Customers who order a drink can also get a free holiday reusable cup at locations nationwide while supplies last. Thousands of unionized Starbucks workers are also walking off the job today for what they're calling a Red Cup rebellion over the lack of a labor contract deal. Earlier this week, dozens of U.S. lawmakers wrote letters to Starbucks CEO urging a return to contract talks. The company has said it's willing to negotiate, but has called the workers' demands unreasonable. And the U.S. Mint is going penniless after pressing its last circulating 1-cent coin Wednesday. President Trump ordered the end of the pennies production earlier this year, citing costs. A penny shortage has already affected multiple retailers nationwide. Many big chains from Kroger to McDonald's are encouraging electronic payments and exact change, or they say they'll round cash purchases to the nearest nickel. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Jesse Mitchell.
Here's a look at the stock numbers at the noon hour. The Dow is down 502 points, NASDAQ down 484, and the S&P 500 down 88. Not looking good at the noon hour. Pam has today's farm numbers up next, and Jacob is tracking the first 4 forecast. And later on Live at 4, we hear from the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra about their first Masterworks concert this season. Welcome back. Let's check in now with Pam Jahnke for the Midwest Farm Report. Hi, Pam.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, some good news. I'll start right off the bat. Congratulations to Mike Berg from Lafayette County this morning at the Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection's board meeting. They announced he is the 2025 Leopold Conservation Award winner. Tell you more about Mike and show you a few pictures from his operation coming up tomorrow. Well, obviously, there's a sigh of relief by a lot of Wisconsin farmers that the government is getting back into motion. U.S. Department of Agriculture, one of those. 2 of the farm organization leaders spoke up last evening as the bills were being signed into effect, getting things back moving. They included Zippy Duvall, president of the American Farm Bureau Federation, saying that he was glad to see that they were back in motion and that there's obviously a lot of farmers across the United States that are waiting for them to resume duties at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, specifically some loan programs that our farmers are very much in need of, and of course, food assistance programs administered through USDA as well. From the National Farmers Union, their president, Rod LaRue, kind of mirroring some of those comments about the government coming back into play as farmers' lives being impacted. But LaRue also pointing out that the work is not yet done, that getting open is barely one of the requirements, and that right now they need an awful lot more policy work that's being done as far as the Farmers Union perspective to keep the Farm Bill discussion moving forward, as well as additional programs that may help restore international markets. So 2 different perspectives on what's going on out in Washington, D.C., or perhaps what should be going on in Washington, D.C. Want to let you know that what's going on in our backyard, if you were one of the folks that was impacted this summer when the Wisconsin State Fair was forced to cancel their final day of the State Fair that Sunday because of inclement weather, the Wisconsin State Fair through Saturday is offering a ticket exchange for people that were holding tickets for that Sunday event. What you need to do is jump on wistatefair.com and go through the process of verifying your tickets and making sure that they are eligible for an exchange. But I know a lot of folks were kind of making that the final family day at the Wisconsin State Fair. So if you're still holding those tickets, again, wistatefair.com, but make sure you take that up before Saturday at the end of the day. Dairy markets today, barrel cheese down 1/4 cent, 164 1/4. 40-pound block cheese up 1/4 cent, 155 1/2. And here we go. AA butter up 5 1/4 cents today, 155 1/4 per pound. Josh, maybe I'll get a chance tomorrow to talk about the latest milk production figures that we got from USDA for September. Let's just say Wisconsin dairy farmers did a fantastic job. Lots of milk from Wisconsin, lots of milk from the major dairy producing regions as a whole. We'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow with Mike Berg from Lafayette County also being highlighted.
We love to hear it. We love good news. All right, Pam, have a good afternoon. Thank you. Well, time now for your certified most accurate forecast in Madison with First Warn meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Hi, Jacob.
Hey, Josh, taking a look at the 3 things you need to know. We're going to see temperatures even milder for Friday and Saturday with not much rainfall until next week. We could see some rain over the weekend, but for the most part staying dry. And for next week, we also will see more seasonable temperatures. So that rain may also be a mixture of some rain and snow. Now, before I talk about that, let's take a look at some more photos of the Northern Lights. This photo sent in by Jeff from Blattville. Just a few clouds on the horizon, but for the most part, there were a lot of clear skies last night to see the Northern Lights. And this next photo sent in by Scott. Just a beautiful photo of the Northern Lights. Last 2 nights have been one of the strongest Northern Light viewings Wisconsin has seen in quite a while. And unfortunately, tonight, it's going to not be the case. Now, looking at the forecast this afternoon, we're talking about high temperatures back in the middle to lower 50s. A mixture of cloudy skies and sunny skies, certainly going to see dry conditions. And then as we look towards tonight, we'll see the skies become clear, lows into the middle 30s. And then continuing forward to tomorrow, the temperatures are going to continue to warm up. And for this time of the year, it's hard to find a forecast better than this. We're going to see plenty of sunshine with highs in the middle to lower 60s. And we're going to see more 60s for Saturday, although Saturday will feature more cloudy skies. But take a look at that fall. And then once that fall occurs, it's going to stay at that level for really all of next week. Very seasonable temperatures, highs in the middle 40s just about every single day. And looking at the top, you can see it's very close to normal for this time of the year. Now, as far as rain or snow chances, this is the general precipitation forecast. Small chance of rain Saturday, but I don't expect to see much. However, that will bring in a cold front, and that's going to be a big reason those temperatures cool down. And then we are going to see the chance of precipitation return Monday night into Tuesday of next week, and we could see some rain and snow with that as those temperatures do cool down. Now, looking more specifically at some football games this weekend, the Badgers are going to be in Indiana, and the forecast for Indiana looks very good. Bloomington specifically, where the temperatures will be in the 60s with a mixture of clouds and sun. Small chance of rain, especially at night, but most of the game should stay dry. Better chance of rain for the Packers game in New York against the Giants. The better chance of rain will be early in the game, could be dry for the second half, but temperatures will be a little bit cooler, but overall not too cool, warmer than this past Packers game on Monday night in Green Bay. Now, as we take a look at the full 7 to 10 day forecast, again, we're going to be mild the next couple of days, but the moment Sunday hits, we're going to see those temperatures dropping back to near normal levels, and then we will see a few more chances of precipitation for next week, Monday night into Tuesday, and then we are going to see better chances of precipitation towards the end of next week. But those temperatures very steady next week, so definitely take advantage of the weather tomorrow and Saturday. Even today, you know, it is pretty good out there, especially when the sun is shining. So, you knew, as you mentioned earlier, you knew it wasn't going to last too long, but at least it's not going to be, you know, messy weather when that temperature drops. Usually when we see that big temperature drop, it accompanies quite a bit of rain or snow. That's not going to be the case this time.
Yeah, we'll enjoy it. All right, Jacob, we'll see you here in a little bit. The Goodman Community Center is getting ready to help families in need this Thanksgiving. This year's basket drive starts Saturday, and they could use your help. The center aims to fill 4,000 baskets with food and donations. News 3 Now is a proud partner again this year. I'll be out there tomorrow morning during News 3 Now this morning, so you'll want to tune in. A reminder, you can start donating money online right now. The food donations begin Saturday. This is all at goodmancenter.org/donate. The Milwaukee Bucks are returning to WISC TV this weekend. Morgan Murphy Media is once again teaming up with Weigel Broadcasting Company to bring Bucks games to fans in Madison. The first free game to watch will be this Saturday when the Bucks host the LA Lakers. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. Well, after the break, we're going to introduce you to our Pets of the Week from the Dane County Humane Society. Stick around. Time for Potentially Yours here on a Thursday afternoon. Lisa Bernard from the Dane County Humane Society is here with not one, not two, but three Pets of the Week. One is getting some heat from inside Jacob's jacket there.
Hi there.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, we got our hands full today.
We do, a friend for each of us.
So who do we have here?
So Jacob has Spot. You know it's Spot because of the big spot on her nose.
Yes. Hi there.
You have Snowball. Not to confuse you though, because Snowball does have a black tail. He's all white.
Oh yeah, there it is.
For like one spot on his ear and then the black tail with a white tip. And then I have Panda.
Oh.
So they were found in a forest in the woods in Portage in early October. They were only approximately 2 weeks old.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
They were found with 2 other siblings, so there were 5 in the litter. And they came to DCHS and we were like, okay, they need to go to foster because they need time to grow. And our foster was bottle feeding them for several weeks because it was necessary. And they finally weaned off and they've been growing and now they're ready to find new homes. The other 2 already have holes, so these 3 are still available.
There we go.
I've noticed that Panda can start out shy, whereas Spot is super not
Yeah,
afraid of
Spot's
anything.
trying to like jump down here. I feel like it's a little tall
Very
for him,
curious.
but yeah, he's
She's very curious, and she helped me take the photo of Snowball because she came up underneath my arm, and as I was trying to take the photo, she started smacking the screen, and she's like, I'll do it, I'll help. And I'm like, thanks. And I think she might have taken that photo that I shared with you guys.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
So-
cute. I love it.
But-
So from Wisconsin.
From Wisconsin, super cute. They still need to have their spay-neuter surgeries, but you could still meet with them to see if they're a right fit for you. They can go home individually, as pairs, all together.
All together. There you go.
But they're so cute.
And so curious.
So
I love
are
it.
adorable.
Yeah, they're gonna have no issues finding homes, I think.
And we have a few other kittens that are becoming available.
Okay.
So watch our website, and we also have older cats who still need homes. They're just as friendly and sweet, some of them.
So cute.
Yes.
All right, Lisa, thank you. Well, Adult Camp Paw Print is back at Dane County Humane Society. It's a night just for grown-ups with a hands-on animal activity, lessons, and time with DCHS classroom pets. The first session is Friday, November 21st from 4:30 to 7, featuring Slither and Scales with special guest Key Reptiles and their scaly friends. For details on how to register, you can head to giveshelter.org/education. They must really like me. Good news for last week's pet, Margaret was adopted. We love to hear. We knew Margaret would have no problem. So if you're interested in adopting Snowball, Panda, Spot, or checking out the other animals at DCHS, just go to giveshelter.org. It's going to be a good afternoon to get outside with the pets, Jacob.
Yeah, and especially tomorrow and Saturday where we could see 60s. And let me tell you, 60s are going to be few and far between going forward. We will see those temperatures cool down, though, for next week with 40s for much of the week. I have a cat myself, looks just like Spot, with like the hairline a little bit. So.
I feel like I'm the cat whisperer right now.
All the cats, yeah.
I got my hands full, all three of them. Thanks for watching News 3 Now at noon. Coming up next is The Bold and the Beautiful. Our next newscast is live at 4, and you can always find us on Channel 3.